Hi everyone, this is BremSter, and to celebrate the release of Barbie in streaming, well at least in the US, it'll come to the rest of the world later, we thought we would do one final Barbie puzzle. This is not going to be a new series of 5, it's just going to be one puzzle. But having seen the movie now, when I did the first 5 I hadn't seen the movie, it seemed kind of uncomfortable that he was me sitting here telling you all how you could solve a Barbie puzzle. That was a bit weird. So rather than me sitting here kensplaining to you how you should solve a Barbie puzzle, I thought it would be a good idea to reach out into the Sudoku community and try and find a solver who would be much more appropriate for showing you how to solve a Barbie puzzle. So let's see if we can find someone like that in the Sudoku community, shall we? Hi, Barbie!
Hi, Barbie.
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 Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, it's Sudoku Barbie here, also known as Lumos. I am, as always, excited to be here solving on the channel, and I'm excited to show off Sudoku Barbie's skills. I have worn my Barbie pink, and I guess now is time to explain the rules of this puzzle. This is Hi Barbie by Stereotypical Barbie. Didn't know she was writing puzzles now, but that's super cool. So, I guess I'll go ahead and give the rules, right? So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, we have to have the digits 1 through 9 once, and they cannot repeat. And the main component of this particular puzzle is these pink lockout lines. They look like this. So they'll have a diamond on either end and then these line segments in between. So digits that are in the diamonds must differ by 4 or more, and digits on the line must fall outside of the range that is defined by the attached diamonds. So, for example, I could put on this diamond, let's say 1 and 6, because they differ by more than 4. 6 minus 1 is 5. And then the digits that could go outside that range could be anything like 7, 8, or 9. So I could be like 8 and 9 and like, I don't know, 8 and 7 and keep going like that. But all of the digits that go on this line have to be outside of this range in between these two digits. So it's pretty straightforward, but it's not a super, I haven't done a ton of puzzles with this constraint. So it's going to be a work in progress, but it's going to be pretty cool. And then the other constraint here is that digits on a pink quadruple circle like this one must be placed at least once in the 4 cells touching that circle. So in this square, I have to have a 4 and a 6 and an 8. I can have another digit, obviously, and I will have to because there's 4 cells and 3 digits in the quad, but I have to have 4, 6, and 8 in these cells. So with that being said, I'm going to restart the puzzle and we can go ahead and get started. So one of the first rules about lockout lines that I think is important to note is that a 5 will never be on the lockout line, and that's because of the rule that we said where it has to be the digits like in the diamonds have to be at most or at least 4 apart. There is no combination of digits that is at least 4 apart that either does not contain 5 within them or contain 5 as one of the 2 digits. So like I could use 1 and 5 and 5 and 9, but any of the other combinations like 2, 6, 2, 8, they all have 5 in between them. So 5 will never be on these lockout lines. It could be on the diamonds though. Another thing is I really like, so getting started with the puzzle, one thing I like about quads is when they line up like this, because a lot of times, or if they have a digit in common, like this one does, has 2 8s here, then I can say that I know the location of the 8 in either of these rows is somewhere within these squares. So that means that row 1 and 2, the 8 is semi-accounted for, but row 3, it's blocked out of being in any of these areas because of the quad here. So, because of the 2 quads here. So I know that it's not, like if I want to put an 8 in this box, I know it's not in row 1, and I know it's not in row 2. So I will put an 8 somewhere over here. But because of this 8 looking up, I will put the 8 right here. And now I have this quad that still needs an 8 on it, but there's an 8 looking over here and an 8 looking up. So we'll put the 8 right there. And now we've got our first digit on a lockout line. Let's see. I think I'll keep going around with the 8s because they are featured in several of these quads. So this 8 looks up, this 8 looks down, telling me that I've got to put an 8 on this side of this quad. This 8 looks over and this one looks down. So to satisfy this quad and Sudoku rules, we'll put an 8 right there. And then these two 8s are both looking over. So there's going to be an 8 up in the top of this box. And I think that's as far as I can go because this 8 looks over. But I don't know where it would go, where I would put one in box 6. So I think that's what we've got there. Yep. Let's keep up that rule with other digits. So up here, we've also got 6s in common between this quad and this quad. However, because this one straddles the line between two different boxes, I can only really say that there's a 6 somewhere in these 4, and I don't know that I necessarily want to mark that. But I do have a 4 in this quad and a 4 in this quad, so I can say that the 4 is already accounted for somewhere in these 2 rows, and I can put a 4 somewhere in the bottom here. And let's see if I can apply that rule anywhere else. I've got 9 in this quad and in this quad, so there's a 9 down here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, I've got 2 in this quad and in this quad, so I'll put a 2 up here, but not right here because there's a 2 looking down at it. And I think that's it for this rule as I'd like to use it, but we've got a couple things pencil marked in here, so that's pretty good. I also know, oh look, looking at this quad, I need a 2, a 5, and a 6, but 6 can't go here because of the one looking over, so we'll put a 6 there, and this will be a 2-5 pair. And actually, because of this 2-5 pair looking over, this one looking up here, and also because of this quad, I know there will be a 2 somewhere in one of these 2 cells. And I know there will be a 9 over here to finish off this quad here. So, okay, I've done that quad rule. Cool. Like I was saying with the lockout lines, let's maybe go around and maybe let's try to follow 5s around the grid a little. So, for instance, here in this center box, I actually cannot put a 5 on any of these lockout lines. So this is a 5. Which means that this has to be a 1 or a 9 so that this will satisfy the rule about them being at least 4 apart. So that's a 1 or a 9. Unsure which one quite yet, but I'm sure we will figure it out. Okay, so this 5 looks over, but it's not telling me to. Oh, this 5's looking up, so I know that there's a 5 on this side of this quad. Let's see, anything else I can do with the 5s? I think that might have been all I can do for this moment in time. Yep. All right, so maybe let's try and figure out what some of these ends of these lockout lines could be. I think that's a good idea. So I could start. So I know that 4, 6, and 8 are somewhere on this quad, along with some other digits. I know that there's also, because there's an 8 in this box, the 8 on this quad will go over here. But yes, there's a 4, 6, or an 8. They're over here, so they are not available as the ends of these lockout lines. Oh, another thing about lockout lines is because, again, of the difference rule where it has to be at least 4 apart, we will have one from the low digits and one from the high digits. Low digits being 1, 2, 3, 4, and one being 5, 6, 7, or high being 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know that I need at least one low and one high. So far, let's see, 6 and 8 are my high digits that are already accounted for, as well as 5. So if I want a high digit on this, it'll be either a 7 or a 9, and a 7 couldn't go right there. And then as for the low digits, it would be 1, 2, or 3, and 2 could not go down here. But I do know that there is a 2. Because of this 2 over here in this box, I know that the 2 on this quad is going to be on this side. And then because of now the 2's placed in this box, the 2's in this quad will be on this side. So I do have that information. Okay, so this is a pretty broad range. so far. Let's see if we can narrow it down. Oh, okay, so on this quad, I need a 5 and a 7. Neither 5 nor 7 can go in this square because there's a 5 looking over and there's a 7 in the box. So this is a 5-7 pair. This one cannot be a 5 because of the 5 in the box. So this is a 7 and that's a 5. And this 7 tells me that this has to be a 1 because 7 is in between the range of 5 to 9, but it is outside the range of 1 to 5. So we'll do that. The 1 will come off here. So let's see. If I wanted to do, I'm going to look at these possibilities real quick. So let's say this is a 2. If that's a 2, then this would have to be a 7 or a 9. If it is a 9, that wouldn't work because I would need, I would not have, so 2 to 9 is a huge range of numbers in Sudoku digits, and the only number that's not on that is a 1, or not within that range is a 1, and I have multiple cells where I need at least 2 unique digits outside of that range. So 2 to 9 would not work. 3 to 9 would work, except that in the range 3 to 9, the only digits that are left out are 1 to 2. And this cell right here would not be able to have a 1 or a 2 because of the 1 and 2 already in the row. So I can say that 2 to 9 does not work and 3 to 9 does not work. So this cell is definitely not a 9. And there's, because there's no other low digit that could be paired with that, this one's not a 9 either. So it'll either be, so this is first of all definitely going to be a 7 because here's my low digit. So this one's going to be a 7, and then this is going to be 2 or 3. Let's see if we can figure out which one. 3 to 7 is still meets the requirement of being at least 4 part, as does 2 to 7, of course. So let's think. 2 to 7 would have on the outside 1, 8, or 9. And 3 to 7 would have 1, 2, 8, or 9. So these could be from the range of 1, 2, 8, or 9. This one can't be 1, 2, or 8, so it is 9. And then this is not 9. And I know that this one's not a 2 because the 2 on this quad's going to be on that side. So this is going to be either a 1 or an 8. And all of these are going to fall on 1, 2, 8, or 9. If it turns out that there's a 2 on this lockout line, then this will be a 3 because otherwise we don't have the space for it to be outside the range of, because 2 is not outside the range of 2 to 9, but it is outside the range of 3 to 9. Okay, so this one's not an 8 or a 9. This one is not an 8. This one's not an 8. And this one's not a 1. So I think that's possibly as restricted as it's going to get for the moment. Yeah, I think we just have to wait to prove if there's a 2 on the line or not to know what the end point of this is. Okay, let's try and work over here and do the same thing. So I know that there's a 1, a 3, and a 7 down here, which means that for my low digits, my only options are 2, 4, or I guess 5 actually also can act as a low digit, but I didn't consider it because there was already a 5 up here. So 5 could also be considered a low digit if it's paired with a 9. Let's see. And then my potential high digits could be 6 or 9. Yeah. Or 5 again. Well, actually not 5 because I can't use a 1. So this is not a 6. Okay, I think that's what we've got there. So now let's kind of go through the options here. Oh, we said this one couldn't be a 2 because of the 2 is looking over. So this can't be a 2 either. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so if this is a 2 and this is a 9, that doesn't work because, like I was saying earlier, I need on these lockout lines at least 2 unique digits that fall outside of the range, and 2 to 9 does not work because there's only 1 digit outside of that range, and that's 1, and I can't put 1 twice. So 2 to 9 doesn't work, and then 2 is not 4 away from either 4 or 5, so 2 cannot be here. And then also this 2 looking down tells me this can't be a 2, and this can't be a 2, so I can actually go ahead and place a 2 right there. Yep. All right, so if this were 4, this could be a 9. I think that works fine for now because I have 2 unique digits. It could be 1, 2, or 3 that could go out here. So that'll work fine. 4, 9 I'll leave there. 6 does not work with anything because it would have to be with a 1. And 6, 1 is already accounted for on this quad. So, nope. I'm saying this cannot be 6. So this is 4, 5, or 9. So I could either have a 5, 9 pair or a 4, 9 pair, I think is what I am saying there. Okay. And then this one can't be 9 because of these two lockout lines. And actually, we already said that 9 has to be on this side. So when I took the 9 out as an option there, I should have just placed a 9 here. So this can be a 4 or a 5. And this 9 is going to look over to make this a 9. So this is 4 or 5. Here. These two 7s both look down. So I know there's going to be a 7 on this side of box 8. But 7 is going to be within the range of either 4 to 9 or 5 to 9. So 7 does not go on the lockout line. It could be here. And because I know this could either be 4 to 9 or 5 to 9, these digits are going to be from 1, 2, 3, or 4. And the 2 will not be here because we've already got a 2 in this box. And this can't be a 2 either. And this 2 looking up and this one looking down tells me there's going to be a 2 somewhere in here in box 6. It says 4 or 5. What other digits do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 4, 5, and 6 are the ones that have not been marked or accounted for. Oh, this 6 looks over and this one looks over. And we said that 6 is not 4 away from 9, so I can place a 6 there. And then there's either going to be a 4 or 5 on this quad, depending on what this is. Okay, so one thing I see is if I make this a 4, right, then I would, so we know this is a 2, 5 pair. If this is a 4, then this 4 is going to look over, so I wouldn't be able to put a 4 in the top of this box. And I also would not be able to put a 4 on the lockout line because 4 is in the range of 4 to 9. So this can't be a 4, and this is a 5 instead, which means this is from 1, 3, or 4 to finish off the triples in this box. But I think that still leaves this as being from 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't think that affects the options on this line. Yeah, I think I can leave that as there, but I can put a 4 somewhere on this quad. So. These 7s are both looking over, so a note I can make is that a 7 goes up here in this box. This is going to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, which is kind of a lot. Maybe I don't want to mark all that, but I just was like finishing off this column. Maybe we don't want to mark all of those, but I can mark this one because it's pretty restricted. Finishing off this row, this is going to be 3, 4, or 6. And then this one's not a 6 because there's a 6 looking up. You know, I wonder what the endpoints of this line are. Ah, okay. Well, that was pretty cool. So this 5 is looking over. This one's looking down, and this one's looking down. Oh, never mind. I thought I was going to place a 5 on here, but there's no 5. I guess there's this pair of 5s is looking over, so there's a 5 right there. So that means that this one's either 1 or 9, and we know it's not 9 because 8 is within the range of 5 to 9, so that is a 1. And then this 1 will look down, so none of those are 1s. Cool. Looking good. And I know there's going to be a 1 on this side of box 6 because of the 1 looking down, and the one that I said has to be over here looking up. Okay, so in that case, 3 and 4 are both in the range of 1 to 5, so it can't be 3 or 4. This is 6. This is not a 6. And then I guess I can go ahead and mark this as being either 6, 7, 8, or 9, and these two are not 7 or 8, and these are not 6 or 7 because of the 7 and 6 looking over. So this one's either 8 or 9, and then these two are either 6 or 9. So that means that this is not a 9. Okay. which tells me, that's what I was looking for. So remember earlier I was saying if I can prove that there's a 2 on this lockout line, then that'll tell me that this endpoint would be a 3, because from 2 to 7, 2 would be within that range, so it wouldn't work on the line. So that makes this a 3, which will make this a 2 just by Sudoku. And so the digit that's missing here is 9. Yep. So this 2 will look down, so this is not a 2. And then can this still be 1, 2, or 9? I think it still can be 1, 2, or 9. Nothing's looking over at it to change that. This is a 1, 2 pair, so that will make this neither 1 or 2, so it's a 3, 4 pair. And yep, okay, got a lot going on here. Oh, this 9 is going to make this a 6, and that'll make that a 9. The 6 also could have looked up to do the same work there. Oh, we have a 3, 4 pair in the column, so that'll make this a 1. This 1 makes that not a 1. Cool. So what's this triple then? We've got 1, 8, or 9. Yeah. And then I've got a 2 and a 4 need to go on this quad. Oh, I said earlier that this 2 is looking over. I still need a 2 on this quad, so this is going to be a 2. And then I'll put a 4 on the bottom. So this, whatever 4 this is going to look over. Tell me there's not a 4 down there. Oh, this one tells me this is not a 1. And then this could be either 3, 4, or 7. But this 3 is looking down, so it's not a 3. It's either a 4 or 7. And then this is a 4, 7 pair in the column. So what's the rest of this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Yep. And one of them's a 4. Oh, I've got a 3, 4, 7 triple. So 3, 4, 7 triple across the row down here. So that makes this a 1. And I also had a 3, 4, 7 triple here in the box. So that'll make this a 1. Okay. I am liking the way this puzzle moves. I feel like I'm like all over the grid at once. This is going to be a 1, 2, or a 5 to finish off the triple that's going to be in this column. I've got a 3, 4 pair, so this is going to be from 1, 2, 5, or 8, and it is not 2. Oh, this 1 looks over to make this an 8. Yeah, I'm sorry. In my head, I stopped because I did not think that worked, but then I realized that 3 to 7 does not contain 8 in that range, so it's fine. I was briefly very concerned. Okay, and that's going to be a 1 or a 5. What else is left in this? It's going to be 1, 2, 5, or 6. Yep, and then this one's not 2, and this one's not 1. Oh, this 2 looks over to tell me that's not a 2, so this is a 2 to satisfy that quad rule. And, oh, this 8 tells me that this is not an 8. Okay, what else do I have to go? I need 4, 5, 6, and 9 in this row, and neither of these is a 6. This one is not a 9 because of the 9 looking up. Oh, whoops. Yeah, took it off. Okay. So, well, hold on. Let me undo that in case I messed something else up. Okay. So this 9 looks up to tell me this is not a 9. Cool. Where do I want to go now? I have nearly finished a lot of these lockout line rules, so maybe I need to go and see if I can do any more work on them. Like, I've defined the endpoints, so I wonder if there's more work that can be done here. No, not on that side. Let's see about this one. Hope I'm not missing something glaringly obvious. Okay, well, this 6 looks down, this one looks up, so I know there's a 6 on this side of that quad, and this 5 is looking over to tell me there's a 5 down here. And while I was looking at that 5, I saw this 6, which is looking over to tell me this one's not a 6. So this is a 6 to finish off that quad rule. Let's see, I don't think that did anything to anything else. I know that this 9's looking over, so one of these two is a 9. And I think, yeah, that's matching up with the 5 here. Yeah, so this is a 5-9 pair. And that actually leaves this 2. This is now forced to be 2. It's the only place 2 can go in this box. And this one's forced to be 8 by Sudoku, I think. Well, oh yes, because there's an 8 looking up. So this is an 8. Awesome. Okay, so now I've got this 8 looking over and this 8 looking over. So there's going to be an 8 somewhere here. And this 7's looking over. So this is going to have a 7 down here. I wonder if I can play Sudoku. Let's see. I don't think I can do anything with these 1s to further restrict them. Let's see about the 2s. Okay, I know there's a 2 here in the middle because there was a 2 looking up and 1 looking down. So there's going to be a 2 in the middle of box 4. Let's see, what else can I do with 2s? Oh, this 2 looks over to tell me this one's not a 2. And then I think I'm done because these are looking at these and these are looking at these and there's nothing resolved. I don't have very many 3s, so I don't think there's, I can't really play Sudoku with those, but I know that there's a 3 somewhere up here. Yep. I have no 4s placed, I don't think, so let's look at 5s. Oh, this 5 is looking up to tell me this cannot be a 5. And also, look, this 1's looking up to tell me this is not a 1. So this is a 6, and it's probably been sitting there forever. This one's not a 2 because of the 2 in the box. And this is still a 1, 2, 5 triple. Same here. Let's see. Oh, wait, I was doing Sudoku. Maybe I'll keep doing that. Okay. So this 6 is looking over, so there's not a 6 over here. And then these 6s both look over, and this one's looking up, but also I already marked what can be in this cell. So anyway, there's a 6 here, so we've got like a wing of 6s. 7s. Oh, the 7's looking down, and this one looks over. So to finish off this quad, or not finish off, but to satisfy that quad rule, I've got a 7 there. And then this one's looking over, and this one's looking over, so I can place a 7 right here. And the 7 will look up to tell me there's not a 7 there. Is there anything else I can do with that? Oh, this 7 in the box makes this a 4, and then this 4 makes this a 7. And the 7's going to look over, so neither of those are 7. And then to finish this, or to place that correctly, this is going to be a 7. And then the 7 will look up, so this is not a 7, and this one is a 7. And I think that is all my 7s. Yep. All right, playing Sudoku does work. Okay, so we've got 8s. These are both looking this way. Oh, I was gonna say I didn't have 8s marked here. Yep, they're right here. Okay, so I've got 8s looking over here, looking over here. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with this because I've got like 8s could be here, they could be here, and they could be there, and that's nothing's gonna resolve there. Okay, let's look at the 9s real quick. Yeah, not much, I think, going on with that. I don't think I can do anything with it so far. So I think I played Sudoku. Now let's see what else I can do. Oh, these two 5s are looking over, so this is not a 5, but I still need a 5 on this quad, so this one's going to be a 5. Oh, another way I could have done that. Here, I'll go back one sec. I have a 4 as an option here, but I know the 4 needs to be on the quad, so this actually never could have been a 4, meaning this was a 5. So this is not a 5. And then what else is left? I have 3, 4, and 9 in this box. This one's not a 3, and it wasn't previously marked as such. The 9 is looking up, so this is not a 9. Okay. This 5 is looking up to tell me that this is a 9, and then this 9 looks up to tell me that's not a 9. So I've got a 3, 4 pair in the box, which will make this a 9. And then, like I was saying before, this can't be a 4 because I need a 4 on the quad. So this is a 3, and that's a 4. This 3 is looked down, so that's not a 3. This is going to be a 1 or a 4. Oh, oops. This is going to be a 1 or a 4. This 4 looks down to make this a 3. This 3 makes this a 4. And then, this 9 makes this a 5. And I think that the only thing left in this box is a 3. Yep. This 9's looking over to make this not a 9. That's an 8. Say to look down to make this a 9. And then neither of those are 9s. That's 1 8 pair. Oh, this 7 means that neither of these is 7. Maybe I need to be going around cleaning stuff up. But this 9 tells me that there's a 9 up here on this quad. And yeah, let's maybe go around and clean some stuff up. This 4 makes this a 3, which makes this a 4, which makes this a 1, and that a 4. This 1 makes this a 2, and that a 1. This 3 also makes this a 4, and this a 3. This 3 makes this a 4, and that a 3. This 1 looks up to make that a 5. Oh, whoops. What did I do? This 1 looks up to make this a 5 and this a 1. And then this 5 is looking down to make this a 2 and this a 5. So it turns out when you go back and clean up like all of your digits, things go well and start getting filled in. This one I was saying was a 3 and must have center marked it instead of fully placing it. This 1 tells me that this is not a 1. So this is a 2 9 pair. But it's resolved because this 2 is looking up. So that's a 9 and that's a 2. This makes this not a 2, and this is not an 8 because of the 8 already placed in the box. Let's see, this 9 makes this not 9s over here. And this 9 means that this is not a 9. So I can place a 9 here. And then I'll have a 4 6 pair in the box. So this is an 8. 8's going to look down to make this a 1, this an 8. And then what else? Oh, to finish off this row, I need a 3. To finish this box, I need 1 and 6, right? This 1 makes this a 6 and this a 1. And then this 6 looks up to make this a 4. And this a 6. And this 4 looks down to make this a 3 and this a 4. And that is Hi Barbie. And turns out Riff Clown is our stereotypical Barbie. I was wondering. I really enjoyed this. I actually have not worked out with lockout lines a ton, so I do feel like I learned something new, definitely. Especially because I was like, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I thought about that differently than I have before. So I think that really worked well to make a good puzzle. I really loved the way this moved around the grid, though. I feel like I was like popcorning back and forth. Like there was like a lot of motion going on in a bunch of different places if I just knew where to look, which is a good way to run a puzzle. It means things move nice and smoothly. So that was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it, and I am glad to be Sudoku Barbie today. I hope to see you all some other time. Yeah, I've had a great time. And Sudoku Barbie out.